Hi there, I hope you have a lovely day. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I want to introduce a new project here on my channel. It's actually not a new, I participated already in it twice, but I was not very successful with completing it. So this is a project created by Stephanie Ledger. I'm just looking down on my other mobile phone, and this is called Clue Special Panning Edition number 3, already round 3. It starts on June 9th and it ends when the case is solved. So and the hashtag for it is panning clue free. If you don't know what Clue is a board game, or Cluedo as we know it in the German speaking area. It is a board game where you have to guess the murder based on the clues that you get from a certain location, from a certain weapon, etc. etc. So I will just read the short summary. Mr. Boddy has been murdered and it's up to you to solve the crime. Fortunately, all of the clues you need are in your makeup collection. Each month you will work on 3 products from each category. Those are suspects, weapons and rooms. Once a clue and product has been chosen, roll a pair of dice. That is the number of times you need to use that product to follow that lead. So, when it is time for the update, you can arrange completed prompts, investigated leads into as many suggested scenarios as you can. Responses for the update will begin on the 1st of each month. Each scenario needs 1 clue from each category. For example, if you completed Mrs. Peacock, Professor Plum, the knife, the ballroom, and the billiard room, you can construct 1 guess because you only have 1 weapon. So you can guess Professor Plum with the knife in the ballroom if you like. This would leave Mrs. Peacock and the billiard room, but you can file this clue to use them for a later update once you have a weapon to include, since you have completed those prompts. So you would then select 5 new leads to follow so that you are still working on 3 clues in each category. Each participant will have a unique solution, so whenever you go into the Facebook group of the Fantastic Ladies Collab group, you can actually put down under the original post for this project your guesses, and Stephanie will come and say to you if your guess is correct. If your guess is not correct, you can kind of exclude then one of the categories. Let's say you have the ballroom, but then she says it's not the ballroom, so you can just tick it off and say, oh, that's not the one. So it's a kind of exclusion game in a sense. You kind of solve this riddle by excluding more and more clues, more and more objects, etc., etc. So yeah. So for example, with a plum and with a knife, if Stephanie might say to you, there is no blood on the knife, so that means the knife actually is not the correct weapon. So, and that could be still the thing that Mr. Plum or Professor Plum has killed Mr. Boddy, but or not. So it's up to you to investigate. So, I will leave all the things in the description down below. So, yeah, there are actually 6 suspects, Mrs. Scarlet, Colonel Mustard, Mrs. White, Mr. Green, Mrs. Peacock, Professor Plum. So you can guess the colors actually that we have to work on. Miss Scarlet, something red, Colonel Mustard, something yellow, Miss White, something white, etc. Miss Green, something green, Mrs. Peacock, something blue, Professor Plum, something purple. Now to the weapons, we have also 6 weapons here. Candlestick, something you put on display. Knife, something that betrayed you. Rope, a hair product. Revolver, whole collection. Roulette, lead pipe, something matte. Wrench, something that twists up and down. So, and rooms, we have also here 6 rooms. Ballroom, something shimmery. Billiard room, something you could keep in your pocket. Conservatory, something that smells nice. Dining room, something food related. Prompt goes to food pans. Hall, something that made a good first impression. Kitchen, something that needs cleaned all time. Wait, there's more kitchen. Ah, yeah, there's more room. Sorry, I was wrong. Library, anything but tell a story about it. Lounge, something you sit down to use, study, something marketed with scientific terminology. So, again, this project will start on the 9th, so, or will start when you see this video. And yeah, so let me get started with the prompts that I picked now, and we go from there. So I have prepared my my dice, my pair of dice, and we will roll it, and the first product that I have picked actually is a palette. Why did I pick a palette? Because I don't want to have so much clutter on my desk. I have still, again, so much clutter. I cleaned up my desk actually, but then I put this on, I put this on. I was like, I will use that one, I will use that one. So there you go. Now, let me show you the palette that I picked. Joker. So, because this little guy here, let me cover up the mirror, is a very colorful palette, and you can see I actually can cover some of the, or most of the suspects with this palette. So, and let's say Scarlet, of course, here this one, Mr. Colonel Mustard here this one, what else? Professor Plum, this color, green, this color, blue, Miss Peacock here, yeah, and was there orange? No, not yet orange. So white, this one is not really a white color and it's shimmery, so I don't know, I didn't pick that one as a color. So but the first three subjects that I will work on are Scarlet, this red shade here, Color Mustard, and for the white I picked actually this little guy here. This is the Essence eyeliner or Kajal pencil in 04 white. So it's already in use, but I thought, you know what, I can also put it in use in this project. So, and let's roll the dice to see how many times I have to use each eyeshadow as well as this eyeliner. So the first one for the Scarlet is 5 times. So 5 times, if you want to see, it's a bit of a tricky, 5 times. Okay, so for Color Mustard, the yellow shade in the palette, 5 times as well. Okay, and the eye pencil, it's fucking, sorry, 5 times as well. So 5 times, that's easy, that's easy. So for the weapons, now for the weapons I picked actually this little guy here. You have seen it already in one of my other projects. It's a long introduction, I do apologize. So it's going to be this brown shade here. So this is the Sleek Makeup palette, and because I'm using it, it is already on my desk, and I thought, you know, this brown shade, it's matte, so I can just use it as a, you know, anyway, as a bronzer, etc., and as a contour shade. So I'm just going to use that one. So let me roll the dice. So it is, within this project I'm going to use it 12 times. So now there is another weapon, it's called wrench, and something that twists up and down. So I'm using already this eyebrow pencil for quite some time, so there's not so much left anymore. This is from Makeup Revolution, the Power Brow, and I thought, you know what, I can use this little guy. So let me roll the dice again, and this is 10 times. Yeah, so that's easy because I'm already using it. Then Candlestick Bobbi Brown, this little guy here, this is the highlighting powder, and it's called Pink Glow. So it looks like this, and it's a travel size of 3 grams, but it's a generous 3 grams. So let's roll, and we have here 7. So now let's go to the rooms. We have now completed the suspects, the weapons, now the rooms. So for the conservatory, I picked the conservatory. Here I picked this Kiko Milano blush, and it's in the shade Dreaming Coral, something that smells nice. Usually the special edition or special collections from Kiko Milano, they have a scent to it, and I thought, you know, I'm going to just use this little guy for some numbers. So, and it's only 6 times, that's fine with me. Let me write it down, 6 times. Now dining room, so for the dining room, something food related, I picked this little guy here. This is the mirror on the wall, no, Snow White, Disney and Snow White collection from Makeup Revolution. You know, it's a very big highlighter, And let's see how many times do I have to use this one. So I have to be careful with the, you see, 9 times. Okay, and then let's go back to the palette, to the original palette that I had here. So I picked the next one, is Ballroom, something shimmery, and I thought, you know what, I liked actually this eyeshadow here in the corner. If I look at the back, it is number 7, shade number 7. So this little guy, I liked it. It's like a gray purple kind of color. I have not swatched it yet, but yeah. So, and I thought I'm going to use this little guy. Let's see how many times do I have to use it within this project. Okay. So it's 9 times. 9 times as well. So yeah, so that's it. Wish me luck that I finish it, that I understood the instructions very well. If not, I will come back and correct myself. If not, I will restart again, but I will also watch other people how they are doing it, and I will see what will happen. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little introduction. I see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye bye.